Hello everybody and welcome back to Rimworld. Things are going alright. We just fought off a raid and we're still a little bit bruised up, but we'll heal up in no time, I'm sure. We're dealing with a little bit of hypothermia because all of our campfires are out and not stocked. We have plenty of wood in reserve though. And apparently Olga's having a crisis of belief. His certainty has reduced to below 29%. Now this is great news because we are in the process of converting him. So fantastic. I think it was going to be a really slow process to convert him, and it still will be, but that drop to 29% will certainly help. I'm going to go ahead and turn up the speed a little bit. And in the morning, our first priority is going to be having Minyaka stock all the fires so we don't all die of hypothermia. In fact, what are her needs like? If she's doing alright on sleep, I'm going to have her go ahead and get a head start on that. So go ahead and prioritize refilling this campfire and this campfire. Thank you, Minyaka. Sorry to cut your sleep short. Minyaka has gut worms. Oh boy. Hunger rate offset plus 100%, so she's going to be eat twice as much food and she's going to need to eat twice as often. Pain plus 20%. Yeah, that's not great. Tronka, I'm going to need you to go ahead and rescue Minyaka. And after that, I'm going to need you to prioritize refilling this campfire. We can't have our prisoners dying of hypothermia. Minyaka, what are you doing? I feel like Minyaka is just going to get sick all over again. Tronka, go rescue Minyaka. And Minyaka, I'm going to say your priority is bed rest right now until you're all healed up, okay? Okay, good. And Tronka's healing Minyaka. While you're attending these things, why don't you clean the bedroom first? And then, Tronka, why don't you go and heal Minyaka when she's back? Okay, no, Minyaka's gonna heal you. Okay. Let's see what these bulk good traders have for sale. Hopefully something good. What are you up to, Minyaka? You're treating Jay? Okay. Let's go ahead and trade with Black. Okay, because Minyaka has poor health, her trade prices are affected. We'll take it, whatever. That's out of our control. Anything we can sell, we can still sell our burqa. We can sell some bad tribal wear, but I think we'll hold on to it for when we recruit in new colonists. We have a bunch of beer. We should sell that. We don't want any beer lying around. We don't want any joints lying around the colony either. Nothing that's gonna make this guy, you know, go back on his addiction. Relapse. Okay, we're gonna hold on to most of our wools and everything like that. We'll keep our side trainer, you know, maybe we'll use it one day. And they don't really have much interesting things to buy. They really don't. So I think we're just gonna go ahead and take the 86 gold, silver I mean, and call it there. Minyaka, can you prioritize refilling this campfire? Jay has had a crisis of belief. His certainty in the belief of passive Azim has been reduced to 50%. That's okay. 50% isn't that low. Okay, go ahead and heal up Minyaka. Looks like Tronka's fully healed. He still has a shattered nose, of course. So Chonka's relaxing socially with the prisoner, which I think is actually pretty funny. Of all the people to relax with. I need you to clean this prison cell, though. It's a right mess, and it's probably going to drive Jay nuts. You're welcome, Jay. Winter has officially begun, though it feels like we've been plagued by winter for about a month already, because we got that early cold snap. A solar flare has begun. All right. I'm going to go ahead and take Minyaka off of bed rest, because we kind of need her working. I wanted to get her on bed rest because she was really badly injured earlier, but now I think she's doing a little bit better. She's still in severe pain, but she'll have to bear through the severe pain. All right. So Gorilla and all this mess with the raids and injured parents has been a little neglected. Learning is down to 69%, which is much lower than we would preferably like. So I'm going to go into work, childcare, and I'm going to temporarily assign Tronka to take care of childcare as well. So he and Minyaka can kind of tag team their efforts. Alright. Antelope's Cache of Fortune. Antelope, Christ's chief of Treaty of Guaboa, has informed us of a collection of valuable items worth $700 not far from us. It's got an Archite capsule. I don't know what this is. A small capsule containing Archites, microscopic machines produced by a super intelligent Archotech. These devices are capable of physical and psychic feats which seem impossible to human scientists. As with all Archotechnology, no human can create one. We can only try to scavenge ones that Archotechs create for their own unfathomable reasons. This capsule is useless by itself, but it can be spent at a gene assembler to create new Archite-powered Xenogerm. That sounds way beyond anything that we're doing right now, so I'm going to go ahead and ignore that quest. Gorilla, you need to get your learning up, or you're not going to grow up to be a big smart adult. We really need some books available for Gorilla. I think Gorilla's learning opportunities are a little bit limited here. Alright, so we've got Olga down to 30% certainty, which is actually higher than 29 when we last checked, so I don't know what's going on there. Let's see how Jay's doing for getting recruited. He's gone down from 11 resistance to 10.6, so it'll still be a little while yet before we get him recruited. Oh well. Minyaka is busy doing some hauling, some cleaning hopefully, some shearing. We need to get this clothing researched. We've got enough alpaca wool probably to make parkas for the whole colony. Now, I wonder if robes and parkas are mutually exclusive. Can you wear a parka over a robe, or is robe already count as like the outer layer? We'll have to check. Because I kind of like the aesthetic of our colonists wearing robes. I think they look good and they feel right for, you know, our kind of tribal technology. Parkas look very modern, but I think parkas will be much warmer, so it's questionable whether or not it's actually going to be worth having them wear robes if we can't have them also wear parkas on top. So Minyaka's actually healing up pretty slowly. She's still got 3 outstanding wounds to heal from. Okay, 2 outstanding wounds, plus this gut worm. Let's see. Total 10 quality is 14% out of 300%. So we'll get rid of the gut worm since we have a total 10 quality of 300% over all the 10s that we do to her. So she'll be stuck with this trait for quite a long time. Hopefully we don't run out of food in the meantime. That's a real inconvenience. Alright, look at this. Tronka's kind of picking up the torch and teaching Gorilla a little bit. It's not Tronka's favorite job, but Tronka's doing it nevertheless. Okay, Gorilla, get your learning up. You're still at growth tier 0. This is inexcusable. We don't want you to grow up and be a sucky colonist. Alright, looks like Minyaka's finally healed from everything except for gut worms and has developed a little bit of hypothermia. Do we have wood to stock the campfires, Minyaka? Because I think that should really be your priority. Okay, good. Looks like she's on it. Nope, she's taking the wood to complete her construction project instead. Irresponsible. What are you up to, Minyaka? She's refueling this campfire, but for some reason she's not refueling other campfires. At least her hypothermia isn't really progressing very fast, and none of our other colonists have hypothermia. Jay has minor hypothermia. Minyaka, I need you to prioritize refueling this campfire. Okay, we don't want Jay losing any more fingers from frostbite. Because I remember last time he had frostbite, he lost his right middle finger. Tragic. Alright, so it looks like 2 of our tribesmen have gotten muscle parasites as well, Gorilla and Tronka. This is really bad. What do muscle parasites do? Let's check. Pain plus 20%, manipulation minus 30%, moving minus 30%. It needs twice as much sleep. Oh, that is pretty brutal. It's gonna be a rough time in the colony. All 3 of our colonists have diseases that need to be treated. Minyaka, hate to disrupt your social time with your son, but I need you to clean this bedroom. Before you go to bed, I need you to clean your own bedroom as well. Because we need 10 quality to be high so we can get through these diseases. We don't have much modern medicine too, so it's going to be slow going treating these diseases. I'm guessing muscle parasites is going to be... I don't know how long this lasts actually. So I'm going to go ahead and have Tronka prioritize tending to Gorilla's muscle parasites. And then next time Tronka's in bed, we're going to have Minyaka prioritize treating her husband as well. Okay, we've brought Jay down to 8.4 resistance. Okay. Probably about 1 more month and we'll have Jay recruited. Okay, Tronka's muscle parasites have been treated as well. Yep, it's another 300% 10 quality threshold, so we'll be stuck with this disease for a little while, unfortunately. It's the pain that worries me, because we really don't have much insurance against mental breaks. If we get somebody who gets in a daze for several days long or something, that might be game ending. We really need both colonists to work. We don't have very much elbow room in terms of jobs getting done. We're already behind on jobs. Technically, we're supposed to be hauling all the hay into this barn and we still haven't done that. We haven't gotten done any cleaning whatsoever. And Tronka has to cook before he can prioritize researching, so we still have not gotten clothing researched either, which should be Tronka's priority. Now we have 3 regular medicines and we could potentially use them to treat these diseases, but I don't know if it's going to be worth doing that. I want to check. Did one of our new potential colonists have a decent medical skill? No. Okay. So we're stuck with the medical skills of our colonists as they stand. 2, I think, is the highest medical skill we have. Yep. So I don't think it's going to be really worth using these medicines with 2 medical skill. It's just going to be a waste of them. Jay's having a crisis of belief. His certainty in the path of Asm has been reduced to 5.8% because of his poor mood. There's nothing we can do about that. And Minyaka is pregnant again. She's gonna have another child. Wow. Okay, we're gonna have to get ready for that. This game just keeps throwing curveballs at us. I thought we had set... Oh, we need to set their pregnancy approach to avoid pregnancy in the future, because I think 1 child is plenty enough to deal with in the colony. 2 is gonna be a lot, but we'll make it work. We'll make it work. It'll be a lot easier when we have 2 more colonists. Looking at Gorilla, Gorilla's actually 29 out of 30, so Gorilla's almost to growth tier level 1. So that's good at least. Instead of choosing 1 trait from 1 option, we'll have 2 options to choose 1 trait from at level 1. Hopefully we'll get him a little further than just level 1. I think the higher levels let you choose like minor passions as well. So if we look at Jay, actually Jay completely finished his withdrawal. Jay is no longer addicted to alcohol or smoke leaf. He has a small tolerance for both of them. I wonder if this will decrease over time. It might, or this might be permanent, but at least he's not addicted. So that's gonna give him a huge important mood buff. It's not really a buff, it's just we're removing the penalty of him, you know, constantly needing his next fix. With Minyaka eaten for 2, I guess since she's already eaten for 2, now she's pregnant, so she's probably eaten for 3. Chonka's gonna be pretty busy keeping up with just cooking meals. So I don't know how much research is gonna get done in the next few days. At least Gorilla's old enough to care for himself. Alright, Jay's getting closer and closer. We have a war merchant coming to visit from the Pact of Born. Maybe they'll have some interesting weapons we can purchase. I'm not against spending some of our silver on weapons. We have a lot of it stockpiled and we don't really need the high wealth in our colony. So let's go ahead and see what this guy has to offer. We're gonna wait for them to get a little closer. I don't want us to all die of parasite because we were running out into the snow to go trade with them. Alright, Minyaka. I'm gonna let you finish treating Chonka because that's important, and then I want you to go trade with Spider. Yes, we're gonna have bad prices because of our poor health, but there's nothing we can do about that. They're selling tamed lynxes. That's pretty damn cool. I'm almost tempted, but I would have to feed it with meat, and I don't know if we necessarily want to shell out meat like that. We have a bunch of clubs that we can probably just get rid of. We really only need the 1 club. We have a knife in reserve for another melee person if we need. And then they're selling like spears and flame bows and recurve bows, pila. I don't think we're gonna buy any of this. They sell a parka. We could just buy parkas for our colonists, but I really just wanted to make our own, and we're so close, it doesn't seem worth buying one. We have a recurve bow normal. Oh yes, okay, this is what this one is that we can sell them. Okay, we're just gonna go ahead and sell those few weapons that we have, and we'll go ahead and accept. They're only giving us 19 silver for all that. Seems like we got ripped off a little bit, but oh well. We'll take what we can get. Alright, we've got a new quest available called Provisional Helpers. Baron Antigonus Osnus of the Empire of God needs people to help him explore a swamp. He's asking you to lend 1 colonist 13 years old or older to serve him for 9 days to clear out this swamp. We don't have anyone we can possibly lend to you. I'm sorry. Minyaka and Chonka are needed where they are. I was hoping that would go the other way around. He wanted to offer to have some people stay at our colony for a few days, and I would totally accept that offer to get the extra help. So if we look at our animal list, we've actually got a lot of animals, a lot of alpacas currently. I think we're gonna wait for this alpaca to stop being pregnant, and then we'll go ahead and slaughter it. We'll go ahead and slaughter this one too, because it's an adult. And then let's see what's going on with yaks. We have 3 adult yaks. We have 2 adult males and 1 adult female. Let's go ahead and slaughter the other adult male. He's not producing any milk, so he's really just good for meat. Jesus. I sound very utilitarian, talking about animals just as resources, but I mean, that's kind of how farming works. There's no shame in that. We treat our animals well. They live in an open pasture. The pasture could probably be a little bit bigger, but it's the limitations of the game. It would take forever to build a huge wooden fence, and it would also take even longer to have all of our colonists wander out to shear them and milk them every day. A shambler approaches. What on earth is a shambler? A shambling, rotting corpse is approaching. So like a zombie? Some inhuman force has reanimated this lifeless body and set it to murder. Yep, it's a zombie. It will now wander through the area. If it sees a human, it will attack. If not, it will leave in a few days. If you can capture it, you can study it for anomaly knowledge. Okay, we don't really have anything to do with anomaly knowledge. I don't know what that's about, but we'll keep an eye on this thing. It's potentially violent. It's all the way in the corner. I don't think we need to take care of it just yet, but we need to be aware that it's there. Maybe in the morning we'll send Chanka and Minyaka to take care of it, but I don't know if we want to get into another potentially dangerous combat. I don't know how tough zombies are. Let's see. I mean, this guy's delicate and a wimp. Where is this guy going? He's shuffling listlessly. Alright, as long as he shuffles over there, we're okay. Well, it looks like he's slowly gravitating towards the center of the map, which is where our colony is. Alright, you know what? I'd rather proactively take care of this than have him catch us by surprise. So I'm going to go ahead and send Minyaka and Chanka out. Now, I hope I don't regret this decision, because our colonists have low move speed currently. Okay, we've got 1 hit. Chanka, you need to shoot better than that. Oh my gosh, Chanka, you're gonna need to do better than that. Alright, we took it down. Let's go ahead. I don't want anything to do with this corpse. I don't even want to touch it. I don't know what zombies do, and I don't want our colonists to become zombies. So we're just gonna leave it out there to rot and decompose, hopefully. Okay, so update on our disease. Chanka has total 10 quality, 50% out of 300%, so we're 1/6 of the way there. Minyaka's hopefully ahead of that. No, Minyaka's behind that. Only total 10 quality is 17%. That's really bad. And Gorilla, 52 out of 300. Okay, so still got a ways to go. Unfortunately, we have low food. We've actually almost completely depleted our stockpiles of rice. I don't know how that happened. I guess it's because Minyaka's eaten so much, and we've got 2 prisoners to support, which means we're gonna have to do some hunting. Let's go ahead and hunt some of the low risk things. Low risk and high meat. We're gonna hunt does, bucks, alpacas. Let's start with the does and the donkey. That'll get us some plain leather, I think, which is pretty useful leather. We use that for, you know, most normal things. And it'll give us a decent chunk of meat as well. I don't know who our resident hunter is. I think it's Chanka himself. Chanka being the only one armed with a ranged weapon. Chanka, do you prioritize hunting? He prioritizes it over research, but not before cooking. I think that's fair. Who has hypothermia? Minyaka's got minor hypothermia. Minyaka, I'm gonna need you to prioritize refueling this campfire, and then I'm gonna need you to hang out in there before you die of hypothermia. You've got serious hypothermia, that's not good. Okay, just hang out in here for a little while. There we go. Perfect. All right, it's adequately low enough. We'll let you get on your way. Gorilla is really being neglected in all this because our colonists are so busy and sick, and Gorilla's spending so much time sleeping to recover from his disease. His learning is only at 18%. I think Gorilla's development and education is going to be severely stunted due to this disease, unfortunately. We'll have to live with the consequences, though. There's nothing we can do about it. Jay is very close to being recruited on the bright side. To add to all the sickness and disease that we're already experiencing, we also have our yak getting sick with the flu. This game will just not be kind to us. When it rains, it pours. We have Chanka getting onto the scene to treat the yak. We've got 2 jonkies join willingly. Alright, I'm sorry to say, donkey. You know what? We'll have you we'll haul you into our animal pen. I don't know what we'll accept any animals in this pen. Once you're here, we'll slaughter you. I don't want to slaughter you all the way out there because that's just going to create more long distance hauling work for Minyaka to do. But once you're close to the food pile, we'll go ahead and slaughter you. Looks like Tronka has not really done any of his hunting. Got a new quest to rescue Audrey. Audrey contacts you and requests help. She is wounded and unable to move. She's a 40-year-old psychiatric patient. Oh, she's not even a psychiatrist. She's a psychiatric patient. She's threatened by 2 man-hunting hares. I don't think we need to go through all this risk to save Audrey, this person we don't even know who has mental issues. Alright, donkey. We're gonna go ahead and slaughter you. Minyaka, I need you to prioritize hauling these alpacas too. We slaughtered them, and they're just gonna rot and decompose out here. We need to put them in our freezer, where they won't decompose. We can slaughter them, take care of them, and turn them into delicious meals. And I think we're gonna go ahead and end the episode here. It has been a rough episode. It's just been sickness after sickness after sickness. We have an animal sick. All 3 of our colonists are sick. Unfortunately, these prisoners are proving stubborn to recruit. We're really close to recruiting Jay. Olga's a little bit farther off. Let's see, 13% certainty in his current religion. So that's before we even started recruiting him. We're just trying to convert his religion. So Olga's going to still be a little while before we get recruited. But, hopefully we'll come through this. Gorilla's education is going to be quite stunted, I think, due to this disease. He seems to be spending a lot more time in bed, which is causing his learning meter to be much lower than we'd like. We'll try to make the most of what we have. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and hopefully in the next episode, we'll get Jay on board. We'll get springtime coming back. We'll get our crops starting to grow again, and things will start looking up.